It's really tough.
You know what? Part of it might also be the way the Nuggets won. The way the Nuggets won was anticlimactic because they just dominated so much.
Yeah.
You didn't have anything like emotionally invested in the entire second half.
That's true. Well, after the 24-4 run, third, with like 5 minutes to go, the game was over, right? Scott, when they were up by 30-something in the third, you must have thought this game's over.
Yeah, it's over, but I still get a little nervous, Nelly.
You realize there was a point that the Nuggets led by more points than the Clippers had scored in any quarter. I mean, it was like that. It was like kind of absurd.
I will say this. I know it's Let's Talk Football Go or whatever.
We have transition.
That second and third quarter was as well as they played all year. I thought that second, third quarter, if they can put 4, 8, 12, 16 of those quarters, rolling there, they'll beat Oklahoma City. That's how good they were in that second and third quarter.
Yeah. I don't know about beating them, but I got every reason to believe they've got a chance.
Well, like I said, you play like you did in that second, third quarter, you'll win a bunch of games.
I would love to see it. I can't honestly. I mean, fan rah, you can pick the Nuggets. But, I mean, is there an X's and O's reason to pick the Nuggets in this one?
I think matchups. I think Denver matches up better. I think they match up better with Oklahoma City than this guy. Key is now, did you fatigue yourself out, and do you feel you've done enough and are satisfied with getting the second round again? Or do you want to win? I've said this all year long. Their starting five is as good as any starting five in the league.
They did not look satisfied with being up 20 points, so that gives me a lot of reason to believe they're not just satisfied with getting there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Russell Westbrook went third person calling himself a force of nature.
I think a lot. As much as people may not think, I'm very smart, and I understand the game. I understand what's going on. So I am thinking. And I also, just a force, man. I think it's, my ability to be able to be a force of nature on the floor is what I pride myself on. So whatever that looks like, it may be a turnover, it may be a missed shot, but it may be a steal, it may be a dunk, it may be a missed three, maybe a made three. It's gonna be all of that. It's gonna be everything. So you just take it for how it comes, and whatever happens, you go with it. And I've always been like that. As long as I leave it on the floor, and God willing, to be able to go out and continue to compete, I'm grateful for it.
He had tumultuous moments this season. That's fair to say, right?
Of course.
But would you say, and you're in that room, the Muggles love him?
When he gets on the podium, he's as good as anybody. When he gets moody, and one-on-one or in the locker room, it can be a little different.
Right.
But
when he's third person, Russ.
When he's